Good morning, everyone. We are Team BUBBLON, consisting of three 18-year-old JC students, Alicia, Oliver, and myself. We came together as we are passionate about solving the problem of plastic waste in Singapore. Allow me to walk you through our pitch. Did you know that there are 62 bubble tea brands in Singapore? As the bubble tea business in Singapore grows, the amount of non-recyclable and non-biodegradable plastic packaging increases too. Hence our chosen problem statement as such. Now I'll introduce you to Bobbrella, a 20-year-old young working adult. Being an environmentalist and a bubble tea lover, she constantly worries about how many cups she throws away every time she drinks bubble tea. Wanting to have a guilt-free experience, Bobbrella wishes for a reusable cup that is easy to carry around and convenient for her. Let me tell you a more crucial fact. Almost 2.2 million bubble tea cups are being discarded every day. Now, I'll introduce you to Bobbrella, a 20-year-old young working adult. Being an environmentalist and a bubble tea lover, she constantly worries about the number of bubble tea cups she throws away every time she drinks bubble tea. Wanting to have a guilt-free experience, Bobbrella wishes for a reusable cup that is easy to carry around and convenient for her. Hence, BUBBLON is designed such that it's compressible, allowing Bobbrella to bring it around without worrying much about space. It is also made of silicone for easy washing. Did you know that silicone is more sustainable than plastic? BUBBLON includes a handle, making it easy to carry drinks around without spilling it, and a strainer to contain the pearls. Based on our test conducted, 19 out of 30 respondents prefer using a reusable cup for their bubble tea. This shows that many bubble tea lovers will be interested in purchasing our product. 60% of respondents are willing to use a cup like BUBBLON frequently when purchasing their bubble tea and would pay an estimated cost of $10 to $15 for it, informing us of how we can reduce the price of BUBBLON so that more people like Bobbrella can purchase it.
Before we continue on with Bobblella's story, do scan this QR code for the 3D model of our cup. On Instagram, Bobblela comes across a post that features a compressible silicone cup. She notices the caption stating that BUBBLON is looking for test users to test the 3-in-1 cup in order to launch the product. Bobblela knew what she had to do. Upon receiving the lightweight compressible cup, the very first thing that stood out to Bobblela was the cup handle. It was something not commonly seen in other silicone cups she had searched online. To her delight, it was removable. Next, she notices on the cap there was a button that had a strip attached to it, connecting the cap and the cup body. This will be really useful when I only have one hand available to hold my drink in this cup, she thought. She then unattaches the strip, turns the cap, and seals a removable pearl strainer, thinking a useful feature that holds the pearls near the top, preventing them from sinking to the bottom. Great, I won't have to worry about washing the pearl stains in the cup. As she removes the pearl strainer, she flips to have a proper look at a certain side of the cup. To her surprise, there was a translucent strip embedded in the cup body. Right, this must be a feature for the bubble tea staff to know how much volume they should pour into the cup. Of course, it also helps me to see my bubble tea while I drink it as enjoyment. Bobbrella was also delighted to know that the BUBBLON was considering of releasing a color collection with many varieties and allowing potential consumers to select a code from 3 green choices and have their cup customized with a name as well.
However, why is the use of plastic in the bubble tea culture still so prominent? Bobbrella wonders as she stares down at her plastic bubble tea cup, straw, and carrier. That's where BUBBLON comes in. We plan to implement this within the span of just a year. Please scan the QR code here for a detailed implementation plan. As shown here, these are the main stages where we'll go about conducting our prototype test order, testing with test users like Bobbrella, collaboration with bubble tea companies, as well as the launch of our website and app. Following is our projected budget for BUBBLON, in which the grand total is $25,580 for a 12-month plan. Now, Bobbrella is intrigued by how much change could happen in just a year. Our main goal is to reduce plastic waste created by bubble tea shops. If 80% of test users think that the cup is both feasible and desirable, and plastic cup usage decreased by at least 55% on average for all branches, this plan will be considered a success. If more awareness is brought to BUBBLON's initiative through Bobberella's use, and more sustainable habits are created, it shows the significance and impact of the BUBBLON cup. We have put in a lot of hard work, and in order to get to the prototyping phase, we wish to ask for help in getting expert advice with silicone manufacturing companies, connections with environmentally conscious bubble tea companies, and link-ups with NGOs working on consumer plastic waste to reach out to more bubble tea lovers like Bobberella. Last but not least, these are 3 questions on advice, challenges, and improvements that we wish to pose to everyone here. Thank you.
Thank you, BUBBLON. Can we now have our Q&A from our judges?
Yeah, hello. Thank you. I love bubble tea, and I like your idea. I just wanted to have some technical clarification first. So collapsible cups are not new, right? I think we see them elsewhere. But yours is unique because mainly one is the handle. 2, you have a pearl sieve, right? Can you explain the pearl sieve thing? Because I didn't quite get it. You went quite quickly on that slide. And then also from that perspective, how would the experience of somebody drinking bubble tea today differ from drinking it from this cup with the pearl sieve?
Regarding the pearl sieve, we included it because from my past experience, I tried a silicone cup before, and it's quite hard to wash off the stain. So that's one reason why we included the pearl strainer to hold the pearls near the top, so that the pearl won't sink to the bottom. And even though it's collapsible, it's still quite hard to wash it. And for those who enjoy bubble tea, the pearl strainer is made removable, so you can still remove it and then have your straw put through the hole, through the cap. And then for the bubble tea experience, one important thing that we took note of is to not make the bubble tea experience too different when they're using this cup, because the essence of drinking bubble tea is looking at the bubble tea and drinking the pearls. So that's why we included the translucent strip. As for the differences, it will be the lowered visibility of the bubble tea cup, and also a touch of personality added when you drink your own bubble tea. Do you have anything to add?
The pearl strainer also, like, always if you drink bubble tea, right, if you leave it out for too long, the pearls will harden. So the pearl strainer prevents the pearls from hardening. Yeah, then you can keep it longer. Yes.
Thank you. I have another question, if you don't mind. So I've become very interested in bubble tea. Yeah, I have been able to carry my water bottle around everywhere I go because of the handle mainly. So I congratulate you on thinking about the handle idea. But I have not been very successful in bringing my own coffee cup, reusable coffee cup. So how do you think you're going to encourage young people to bring their own collapsible bubble tea, BUBBLON cup everywhere they go? I guess that's the biggest challenge, right? And to buy them in the first place, which they have to spend money, and then to bring them everywhere they go to purchase bubble tea.
Because the cup is like compressible and it's made of silicone, so it's very easy to carry it around. And we also have thought of some incentives, like financial incentives, in the sense of them getting free bubble tea toppings when they bring it for a certain number of times to the bubble tea shop, where we'll need to discuss with the bubble tea shops further on that collaboration.
First of all, thanks for the pitch, and the idea is great. I wanted to check a couple of things. you mentioned 2.2 million cups are discarded every day. That sounds like a lot. I would encourage you to check that number again, right? And if there is a good source, just verify the size of the opportunity, right? And somewhere I saw you were planning to sell 200 cups. You went a little bit quickly on the slide. Is that, or did I catch the number wrong?
Regarding the number of cups, is a estimated number because for the 200 cups is for, we estimated to be 100 per bubble tea shop. So because we have not secured any bubble tea collaboration with any bubble tea companies, we have reached out to them but have yet to secure.
Yeah.
So we decided to estimate the number to just 2 bubble tea shops and 100 cups per branch if the prototype test is successful. And yeah, that's the reason for the number 200.
Okay.
And regarding the price of $10 or $15, that's not our decided price range yet. That's the favorable price range from our survey respondents who are in the age group of 13 to 21 years old, 13 to 35 years old. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. And you might want to start thinking about, say, putting some assumptions in, right? We might want to sign these many companies or work with these many vendors, and how do we encourage, as Desmond asked, right, participation or take on, right? And then what your 1 to 2 year forward-looking aspirational goal might be, right? Because that helps us or anyone else determine whether this idea is viable in the long term and how you plan to implement it. But that's something to think about. The last question I have is on the drinkability, right? What I didn't get is you mentioned that you were very, very focused on making sure the experience doesn't change. So is it pick up the cup and drink like that?
There's a hole in the cap, but it's like a cap has another small cap, so you can lift up the cap and then there's a hole. So they can either drink it from the cup directly or they can put the straw through. Yeah. Then they can, if they're using a straw, they can still stimulate the experience of drinking bubble tea because they can still drink the pearls through the straw or they can just drink it directly. Regarding the long-term experiment goal, we actually thought of our main goal is to, for now, is to reduce plastic waste created by the bubble tea shop itself. But for the long-term goal is to ensure that everyone's bring their own cup. It doesn't have to be BUBBLON, but the reason why we created BUBBLON is so that it is a unique product from collaborating with the bubble tea shop. Then that's one way of when they think of bubble tea, they can think of BUBBLON cup. So that's why we went through with this product.
Okay, we are already at time, so maybe you can have final comments.
Yes, probably a quick final comment. Thank you so much, Olivia, Cheyenne, and Alicia, for this idea. And I am also a bubble tea lover, and I particularly love it that your idea is of your day-to-day life. You took action, and it is something that you resonate with. And the 3D modeling, as well as the user survey, I think a lot of heart has gone into that. So thank you for that. My very quick question is on the user surveys. For those 11 out of 30 who said that they will not use the cup, what is their main barrier? And of some of the bubble tea shop that you have approached, what is their main response or feedback?
For the bubble tea shop's response, they have not gotten back to us yet. And the other question was?
The users who said that they may not want to use it?
I think they said it was because it was not as convenient as to buying it from a bubble tea shop itself,
Okay.
and they have to bring it around.
And also, the same 19 that said that they were bring, they are also quite environmentally conscious. So I think another reason for the 11 of them not willing to purchase the product is maybe due to them not being environmentally conscious enough. So this is another small goal of ours, is to first raise awareness of the plastic cup waste contributed by bubble tea shops first. Yeah.
Got it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Quick 10 seconds. I think this is a great idea. There's potential. You just have to bear in mind that today reusable cups are already there. So what differentiates BUBBLON from the other reusable cups that people are, and the shops are going to support BUBBLON in pushing for less use of plastics? All right, think about that in terms of your product. Thank you.
Thank you.